Look at my shiny thing. I found it at the thrift store. And I already took most of the sticker off. I'm not sure if this is one of those things I should be painting on. There's like a few things that I do hesitate to paint on. Just like anything religious or with the American flag just feels way too disrespectful to paint on. But I kind of painted on this anyway. I wasn't sure. I don't even remember what the words around it said, but I wasn't even sure what that meant. But I made several mistakes with this thing starting out because it's super textured. I tried to put some clay on, and then I realized I was being an idiot, and clay plus water, yay. It seems especially true for air dry clay that you need water. I think with air dry clay, you have to be careful on exactly how much water you use, because when it dries, it could crack or something like that. I'm not an expertise in clay. I've played with it before, and I know a little bit, just not a lot. But yeah, my paint water is just really dirty because I don't change it that often, to be honest. I've heard acrylic paint is not good for like drains or the environment, so you shouldn't dump it down the drain. But it also takes forever to evaporate and clean out. So I don't really know how they expect us to dump that otherwise, but yeah. So I did that, and then I tried to lightly sand it a little bit, and that happened. I was like, well, can I smooth that out? And that piece is big, so I cut it down for my uncoordinated self. And here I am still trying, and eventually I just gave up. And I took all that clay off because I forgot, oh yeah, it's not even flexible. And so I took it out to the garage, found some, I think 120 grit sandpaper, and I did that. And then I did a really, really, really light coat of pink. Well, I had to do several coats just for any color to pop. And even then, for a while, it looked white. The final product, it does look pink. I don't know if it looks any pinker on camera, though. But it is a very, very light pink. And as you can see from that progress shot, it is like paper thin. And speaking of paper, here I go with my little cutout, trying to place it as nicely as I can. And then we trace around the edges. Nothing too exciting here. This is just, it's how I do a lot of probably all of my painting things is I do a little sketch and cut out, and I put that on top. I don't think I could handle not sketching out first. I just don't think that would go well for me. So there, just cleaning up some of the outside, finishing some inside details, using my thingy for reference. And then I'll put like the cutout back on top, aim my pencil where I want a certain line to be, and then carefully move the cutout and place the line, just to help with the placements, especially if I really liked my cutout, which I usually don't make the cutout until I like the sketch enough. So, yeah. And now we take out my Cheyenne palette. Yeah, his hair is down. I thought it would be a little more whimsical with like the hair flowing. And I don't know, I like his hair up, but it's also kind of fun to draw down. So I don't know. I went with it. And yeah, like half that part was off camera. And yeah. And I don't really have a good solution for the lighting with the shining, because my art tables are all in a basement. So I've got another light source like on the ceiling near me, and then I got like the laundry room behind me, but there's the laundry hamper and a wall there, so it's not like the most direct light behind me. I could plug in my other light and see if that helps, but I mean, it's still a bright light shining right there. I don't really know if I can cut down on how shiny this paint looks while wet. And yeah, here I think I forgot to turn my camera light on, which is why the lighting has changed and it's so dark. My bad. I wanted to do something with the background just to give it a little more interest and follow the cutouts a little bit, so maybe they would hopefully look not so wonky. Because there was just no way I was going to get like a perfect anything unless I did a hooded figure, I guess. And even then, I don't think I would have gotten anything perfect for the outline. But that's okay, because it does look kind of interesting yet here. I did do a little on the other side, and I think that side looks maybe a little wonky. There's not really any particular intention going on with the background. Like, I didn't say, hey, this is a pink waterfall, which I guess would have been pretty, and I guess it kind of looks that way. But, yeah, I didn't really have any intentions for anything specific going into the background. I just wanted some color in there to give it some interest. And yeah, for some reason, those purple lines did not get added on camera, but I added them. And here's me trying to really wash out some red so I can add a little red to the cheeks and the shoulders, because I like red. I like adding the reds. But yeah, for the most part with this project, I would say I like how it turned out. The main things I don't like are just little nitpicky things, like the purple lines on the side that I'm adding now. Some of the spacing definitely is off, especially at the bottom part and the top part. And so I think all that could have just been cleaner. And then I have some other lines going on that are definitely very shaky, and it kind of goes in and out of there's a better way to word that, but like the width is very shaky, so it's like, yeah, they could have been cleaner. That's the best way to put that. They just could have been cleaner. So it's pretty much just little nitpicky things like that about this project that get to me. But I mean, when you're not looking at it that detailed, I think it's probably okay. Probably. But yeah. Me trying to touch up the ear so it doesn't blend in with that little stripey in the background. It doesn't look like it stands out on camera. It kind of does a little bit in person. But I mean, I kind of used the same pinks without realizing and then never fixed it. And that was me just taking care of a couple stray hairs on the brush. And just trying to play with if the pencil or brush would be better for some of these lines. Because the original idea was to have like a flat color thing with like a darker shade for the thicker outline, like that kind of style. And I ended up making, when I put the first layer of gray on for his hair, it was very washed out in spots, and then it was a little deeper in other spots, and I was kind of digging that. And so I did, well, the skin painted on pretty not washed out. I'm sorry, my brain just stopped there. But yeah, so the skin looks like a pretty solid color, and then obviously my purples, as we've seen in the past, like to be very, very thin and need a crap ton of extra layers. And so I did layer up the purple, but I did leave it a little washed out in spots just for some natural depth, I guess. But yeah, no, here's what it looks like. I didn't obviously do anything with the back, and maybe I should have touched that up, but yeah, I wasn't kidding. This thing is paper thin. Part of the clay idea was to use some weight, but I don't think it would have added much weight. But yeah, you thought we were done. No, we added the shiny now. So here's the shiny, and there's the shiny that I added, Enchanted Shimmer. And then, of course, after that dried, I put a little of this powder stuff on because I could. And that's pretty much it with this project, so I don't know, I thought it came out pretty neat. It'll probably go on my character tree eventually. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next week again for whatever it is I'm going to do because I haven't decided yet. And as usual, I have my Discord down below if anyone feels like joining and hanging out there. And I have a merch shop that's in desperate need of updating. And that's about it. Bye-bye!